This is Crown Narratives, where African stories meet the future. Imagine it's the year 2050. You wake up, the world feels different. The largest workforce on earth is no longer in Europe, or North America, or even China. It's in Africa. The fastest growing cities, Africa. Some of the most dynamic consumer markets, Africa. Some of the world's youngest innovators, Africa. Sounds unbelievable? Well, this isn't science fiction anymore. It is already happening in the background. And trust me, we are only scratching the surface. Walk through the streets of Nairobi, Lagos, Kigali, Accra, Johannesburg. One thing becomes immediately clear. Youth is everywhere. Students, creators, entrepreneurs, dreamers, and builders all together. Africa is currently the youngest continent on Earth, and that changes everything. Because while many parts of the world are growing older, Africa is growing younger. Every year, millions of young people enter the workforce, millions of new ideas, millions of new ambitions, millions of new possibilities. And just like that, the future starts taking shape. Now, here's where things get interesting. You are asking, why does age matter so much? Simple. People drive economies. People create businesses. People buy products. People build industries. And Africa has a lot of people. A lot. By the middle of this century, Africa's population is expected to surpass 2 billion people. Well, let that sink in for a moment. 2 billion. That's not just a statistics. That's potential. Potential waiting to be unlocked. Potential waiting to be connected. Potential waiting for opportunity. And when potential meets possibility, boom, history tends to happen. But this generation isn't growing up in the same Africa their grandparents knew. Not even close. A teenager in Nairobi can learn coding online. A creator in Lagos can build a global audience. A startup founder in Kigali can pitch investors from another continent without leaving the office. The internet changed the rules. The smartphone accelerated the game. And suddenly, distance became less important. Ideas could travel faster than ever before. Knowledge became more accessible. Opportunity became more visible. The playing field wasn't perfectly level, but it was becoming wider. Across the continent, innovation is moving from possibility to reality. Fintech companies are transforming banking. Agricultural technology is helping farmers increase productivity. Renewable energy projects are bringing electricity to communities previously left behind. Artificial intelligence is beginning to enter the conversation. And here's the remarkable part. Many of these solutions are being built by Africans for African challenges. Not imported, not copied, just created. Because necessity has always been one of humanity's greatest inventors. Look at the skyline. No, really, take a moment. Look closely again. Isn't it breathtaking? Construction cranes, new roads, new railways, new neighborhoods. Across Africa, cities are expanding at extraordinary speed. Some see challenges, others see opportunity. Because cities are more than buildings. They are ecosystems, places where ideas collide, where business emerge, where innovation finds fertile ground. And Africa's urban story is only beginning. Now, let's keep it real. The future isn't guaranteed, is it? Youth employment remains a serious issue. Infrastructure gaps still exist. Education system faces enormous pressure. Climate change presents difficult questions. The road ahead won't always be smooth. No great transformation ever is. But here's the thing. Challenges and opportunity often arrive together. Flip that coin and you'll see the two sides. The question isn't whether obstacles exist. The question is how they will be overcome. For decades, conversations about Africa often focused on what was missing. What's changing now is the conversation itself. Increasingly, the world is paying attention to what Africa is creating. Its entrepreneurs, its artists, its innovators, its thinkers, its storytellers. The narrative is evolving. And perhaps that's one of the most important developments of all, because perception influences possibility, and possibility influences action. Somewhere in Africa right now as we speak, a future engineer is solving math problems. A future filmmaker is recording stories on a smartphone. A future entrepreneur is sketching ideas in a notebook. A future innovator is asking questions nobody else has asked. They may not realize it yet, but they are part of something much larger. A generation, a movement, a moment in history. Because the future of Africa isn't arriving someday. It isn't waiting around the corner. It isn't a distant dream anymore. It's already here, quietly unfolding. One idea, one city, one creator, one generation at a time. And before you know it, the world may be looking forward to Africa not as the continent of potential, but as the continent of possibility. This has been Crown Narratives, where African stories shape the future. A Calmey Crown Studios production.